Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10 and support the channel at the same time. Hey there, it's John from Heroes and Legends, and we got more Ixalan information to talk about today. Wizards actually dropped a fair amount of information. We've compiled it here for you to recap it, and we'll see a lot of stuff. We got to see some of the basic lands. We'll see the exclusive cards from Planeswalker decks, all 10 of those, and we'll get to see some packaging as well, and a few other things. So let's jump in. Now, quickly before we get started, if you check out the description below, you'll find a couple ways to support us, one of which is our Amazon affiliate links. If you make any purchases via those links on Amazon, a small percentage will come back to help us out. Secondly, you'll find our Patreon page linked below. And finally, you're also going to find a link to Flipside Gaming and a promo code for a discount there that they were very nice to give our viewers. So with that being said, let's get into the cards. And we're going to start off with some cards we've already seen, actually. So Wizards accidentally posted some of these a little bit early last week. So we got a sneak preview. We did a video talking about them last week, so I won't go into a lot of detail here. If you want to hear my thoughts on those cards, definitely check out that video. But we get Bishop of Rebirth. This is going to be the draft weekend promo version of the card. There's the full art Walk the Plank, really sweet card, and that is going to be our open house promo. Unclaimed Territory, another actually really sweet card. That's going to be the league promo version of it there. And then lastly, our Buy a Box promo, Burning Sun's Avatar. Now, we did get some more information, though, from the article today about that Buy a Box pack that you see there. So apparently, it sounds like from the way they described it, when you buy a box that comes out that first weekend from your local game store, you'll get a Burning Sun's Avatar card, like you see on the left, and you'll also get this Buy a Box pack. Inside the pack, you're going to get apparently another Burning Sun's Avatar. I thought that was a little odd. And you're also going to get basically the contents of 2 standard showdown packs in there. So that's actually a real nice incentive for maybe pre-ordering or picking up a box that first weekend. That's actually really sweet. So I like that. I hope they continue that in the future. Next, we have the foil tokens for Friday Night Magic, and they accidentally showed these as well last week, but this is a much better picture of them, so I thought I'd let you see them. These are double-side foil tokens. You have the Vampire Treasure. This one is a Pirate Treasure. And finally, a Dinosaur Treasure. We also got to see some of the packaging. Here's the booster packs and the art you'll find on there. Here is the bundle. Probably no surprise here. It's got the key art on it. Now, inside the bundle pack, I noticed they don't have the token pack like we've got in the last couple sets. Now, I realized that was basically because of Embalm and Eternalize, but I thought it was kind of a nice touch. I was kind of hoping they would keep something like that. Looks like that's just gone now, but everything else is there. And then finally, we got a look at the Planeswalker deck packages. And of course, with that, we got to see the Planeswalkers. So let's take a closer look at them. We're going to start off with the Jace deck. We'll look at the 5 exclusive cards in the Jace deck. And in case you're not aware, basically what this means is these 5 cards can only be found in the Jace deck, and the next 5 cards will only be found in the other Planeswalker deck. They will not be found in packs of Ixalan. However, they are still technically standard legal, but Wizards does a pretty fine job of trying to keep them costed high enough that you're not going to want to play them in standard typically. So let's look at this first card. We have Jace, Ingenious Mind Mage, 2 blue and 4, Legendary Planeswalker Jace, 5 loyalty, +1 draw a card, +1 untap all creatures you control, -9 gain control of up to 3 target creatures. So I looked at this card, and my first thought was, wow, this is almost borderline standard playable, like borderline. But ultimately, the more I thought about it, here's my issue with it. Cost 6. And yes, I like +1ing him to draw a card. Fantastic. Great ability. 5 loyalty is actually pretty good too for a 6-drop Planeswalker, so I'm okay with this. +1, untap all creatures you control. That's alright, but again, it's contingent on the fact that I already have creatures that I want to untap. So that's going to be a little situational. That's not great for the world of standard constructed, right? Now, the other thing that's a little awkward about this card is it can't really defend itself very well. So you can put it out. Granted, it's got some loyalty to absorb a hit or two, but at the same time, what are you really getting out of it? Maybe a card draw. So technically you're paying 6 to have this card replace itself a lot of the time. And again, that's in a situation where you can't defend it. Now, untapping creatures, yeah, that is a roundabout way maybe of being aggressive and still defending it. But without being able to make, say, like an illusion token like the other Jace does or something like that, this feels much weaker for 6 mana. Now, if this costs 5 mana, definitely if it costs 4 mana, I would be a little more intrigued when it comes to constructed playability. But just goes to my earlier point that, yeah, I think they did a good job of skirting this card to make it feel like it's almost there. And it really is kind of almost there, but I just don't really think it's going to be as efficient as other things you could be doing with the 6-drop in the standard format, even post-rotation. With that being said, though, that's not the point of these cards. The point of these cards is sit down and have fun. Play the Planeswalker decks against your friends, teach a new player how to play with these decks, or throw these into a commander deck and just have fun with it. Try to build a Jace deck, more on that later. But that's really the purpose of these. So let's look at the other cards in this set. Grasping Current, this is the rare of the box. A blue and 4 sorcery, return up to 2 target creature cards to their owner's hand. Search your library and or graveyard for a card named Jace, Ingenious Mind Mage, reveal it and put it into your hand. If you searched your library this way, shuffle it. So you're going to find this is a common thing in all of these decks, even the previous ones prior to Ixalan. They'll always give you a card that allows you to seek out that special Planeswalker that you get, the Mythic card. So what that does for you is tries to make these decks just a little more fun. Because the best card in the deck is going to be the Planeswalker. That's the one you want to play, right? And if you don't draw it for some reason, or if it dies right away when you put it out, or you have to discard it or something, these are cards that help you bring it back. This particular one also bounces a couple things, so yeah, it's going to be fine in this deck. Jace's Sentinel. This is a blue and 1 uncommon Merfolk Warrior 1/3. As long as you control a Jace Planeswalker, this time it's any Jace, where if you notice the last card is just the Jace that came with this box set. Jace's Sentinel gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked. Here's another card that just kind of skirts the playability of standard for me. Like, I'm thinking the actual Ixalan Jace, which could see some standard play. What if I have that in play and I drop this 2/3 unblockable for 2? Actually feels pretty good. The only problem is if I can't keep Jace alive or I can't get him on the battlefield, this is basically a dead draw in standard, right? So it's not really going to convert well there, but at least makes you think about it. Like, they push these enough that they can be very fun, I think, in a casual environment, and maybe even in a commander environment if you have a lot of Jaces and stuff to back it up. But beyond that, yeah, there's not really too much more to say about it. Castaway's Despair. This one's a common, a blue and 3, enchantment aura, enchant creature. When this enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So, quote-unquote blue removal for 4. Nothing too unusual here for a casual card. I do like the art, though. The art on a lot of these is really good. Woodland Stream, another card that is a reprint this time, but also beautiful art on it. This enters the battlefield tapped, and of course this is a dual land to get you green and blue. Alright, let's look at the other box set. You have Huatli, Dinosaur Knight, a white, a red, and 4. Legendary Planeswalker, 4 loyalty. +2. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target dinosaur you control. -3. Target dinosaur you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. -7. Dinosaurs you control get +4/+4 till end of turn. So this, again, yes, it probably misses the mark for standard, but again, that is kind of the point of these cards. This is a really fun casual card. If you're going to build a dinosaur deck casually, you're going to play this out of the box. I'm sure they're going to give you plenty of great targets for it. Or if you try to build that commander dinosaur deck, this card's going to be sweet for you. And that's really why it exists. That's why it's there, and there's certainly nothing wrong with that. The abilities itself are very good if you have dinosaurs to back them up. That -3 feels a little strong. I mean, that's a lot you're taking off loyalty-wise for that ability, I think. But it could deal with something problematic, but it is conditional, too, that you have a dinosaur on board to use that ability on. So, of course, that's going to be a little awkward. The -7, that's another pretty big bump down just to give dinosaurs you control +4/+4, because, again, it is dependent on your board state already, and it's not even giving them trample. That's a little painful. And I'm sure they were just trying to be ultra careful that this didn't cross over into standard playability, so they diluted that down, I'm sure. But kind of is what it is. And like I said, that's not what this card's about. It's really about just having fun and playing with some dinosaurs. Sunblessed Mount, a white, a red, and 3 dinosaur creature 4/4. When this enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Huatli, Dinosaur Knight. Reveal it, then put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. So not a lot to say about this. This is your tutor card again for your specific Planeswalker that comes with the deck, and you also get a 4/4 dinosaur out of it. Huatli Spurring. This costs a red. It's an instant. This one's uncommon. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. If you control a Huatli Planeswalker, that creature gets +4/+0 until end of turn. Okay, so there's only been one of those Planeswalkers made so far. However, I feel like we're going to see another one in Ixalan, so stay tuned. I bet next week we get another Huatli Planeswalker card, so this card will make a little more sense. Card itself, it's a combat trick. I mean, not too much to say about it. It doesn't give first strike, so that's kind of unfortunate, but kind of is what it is. Again, for casual play, out of the box, this will be fine. Then we have Huatli's Snubhorn. This is a white and 1 dinosaur 2/2. This is a common. It has vigilance, though, so a bear with vigilance, basically. That's pretty sweet for 2. Again, for casual play, it's just fine. And then finally, we get Noah Bradley's art on Stone Quarry. Actually looks beautiful again. A lot of great art, actually, in these cards. So this, again, enters battlefield tapped, and it can be tapped for red or white. All right, let's move on to some basic lands. They showed us one cycle of painted basic lands, and the landscapes look beautiful. You may have noticed there's somebody standing on the cliff there on the plains. Who is that? Well, you guessed it, it's Jace. So, remember in Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation how one of the lands, the one land cycle, I should say, of the basic lands were the full art lands? Well, we're not getting that this time. We're not getting full art lands. We're getting lands with Jace on them. So, I don't know, this is like so kind of like almost silly to me that I like it. I don't know. So anyway, there's Jace standing on the plains. Here's Jace waiting in the water off the shore of the island. Here's Jace walking through the swamp. Here's Jace standing on the mountain. And finally, here's Jace wandering around the forest. So, I would have preferred that these be full art lands. I was really hoping that that was something they would continue doing, that one cycle would always be full art lands. And I'd be fine if Jace was on them if they're full art. I have no problem with Jace being there. But I would have hoped that these were full art lands. So, I mean, they're not. It is what it is. This time we get these Jace lands. What kind of struck me as funny about this is now, if you wanted to, you could build a complete Jace deck. Like, you could have all your Jace Planeswalkers, and of course, now you can have different Jaces on the battlefield at the same time. You could have all these instants and sorceries that they printed over the years with Jace on the art, and then your lands can even have Jace on them. So, if that's something you wanted to do, you could certainly do that now. I think that's kind of funny. Now, maybe on a more serious note, when it comes to the lore, I have a theory as to why they're being so heavy-handed with Jace in this set. Now, we haven't seen a lot of the set yet, really, and we're just kind of getting the pieces. We haven't heard any of the story yet or anything like that has gotten at least too deep into the lore. So this is all a theory, and again, I don't want to spoil anything, and this is probably not even true, but here's my thought anyway. I feel like maybe Ixalan is actually just an illusion that Jace is creating, that maybe when he got defeated by Bolas that's injured or something like that, and he's creating this illusion, I think he actually maybe went back home to Ravnica, and he's in Ravnica creating this illusion, and that would explain why we have pirates and dinosaurs and all this weird stuff going on, and why maybe Vraska's there too. We haven't really seen her card yet or anything, and maybe the rivals of Ixalan could actually be the different guilds trying to stop Jace from invading Ravnica with his illusions. I don't know. That's just a theory, and it's probably not true. I think that would be a cool story, though, if it was. But I don't know. I was trying to think of a reason, anyway, why they would be so heavy-handed with Jace and putting him in the lands and everything, other than maybe people like Jace and he sells packs, I guess. Maybe that's just the reason. So anyway, that's my thoughts on everything from today, and I'll wrap things up. I know I talked a little bit at the end about Jace and got off subject maybe, but hey, until next time, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.